So one thing that I learnt when I got married was that families are different. Now I sort of knew that every family was different, but it's different when you're actually married into a family. So one example that really stood out for me is that when there's a family meal, my family tend to talk a lot. Doesn't get into an argument, but it's just we talk a lot, and there's plenty of conversation going on, and there's usually at least two conversations going on around the table, so it can get a bit noisy. So that for me that was normal. My wife's family totally different. When you sit down for a meal, apart from saying, "Oh, could you pass the salt and pepper, please?" or "Could you pass the butter, please?" or can you pass me the water jug? Apart from that sort of stuff, that's the only conversation they have. And for me, that was a real culture shock. Going, but why don't you talk? And for my wife, it was a culture shock. Is why do you people talk so much? Why can't you just enjoy the meal? Now, so that's one thing I learned is that families are different. Not in a bad way, but they're just different. Doesn't make my family better than my wife's, or doesn't make my wife's family better than mine. It just means that we're different. Our families are different. And so when you get married, those influences come into your life. The way you think it should work or it shouldn't work can and does have a big play a big powerful influence in our life. So just what about you? How did your families act around the dinner table or over a meal?